What up, it's your boy Tom. And it's Wednesday, my dudes, you know what that means. What I have for you today is a Master Duel replay, so let's get right into it. Alright, looks like we're going first, and we are playing one of my favorite decks, True Draco Monarch. So, we're going to set Skill Drain, Imperial Order, and Pantheism. We use Card of Demise to draw 2 cards. We find a Diagram and an Apocalypse. Perfect. We'll go ahead and pop the Pantheism off the Diagram to get a Heritage. We're going to normal summon the Dynamite, and then use Heritage to draw. We find Forbidden Droplets. We're going to go ahead and set that. We'll banish Pantheism from the graveyard to reveal 3 copies of Strike of the Monarchs. And our opponent has to pick one to add to our hand. Guess which one they chose. Alright, so this is a phenomenal setup here until they special summon Pankratops and then use Godarla to get over our Dynamite and then normal summon Luna here. In a state of shock against these going second Haymakers, I go ahead and droplet both of them here. Now they go for Gizmek Orochi, burning 8 cards off the top of the deck and then summoning Mathmech Sigma, Synchro Summoning for 12 into Geomathmech Final Sigma. They go to battle. 25, 13, and 3k. That puts us at 2775. We'll go ahead and pay another 1,000 for Skill Drain here, but it's not going to matter too much. That's really only going to stop the Luna and force the Pankratops to pop the Skill Drain if they want to use the Luna. Pankratops can still resolve under Skill Drain, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and force that out. They will pop the Skill Drain, so they can still use the Luna here. Alright. We'll go to battle and try to attack over the Luna. They'll use Luna's effect, but in Luna's effect it reads that you can negate it by sending another copy of the same name as the card tributed from deck to graveyard. We'll go ahead and do that, and get a 3rd copy of Dynamite to the grave. We'll go ahead and attack over it for 950, and we got a return off of Dynamite. We can use that to special summon a Dynamite from the graveyard, and let's just stop for a second and think about this. So, my True Draco Monarch deck, of course, is built around Pantheism of the Monarchs. A absolutely amazing card. You can discard a Monarch Spell Trap, draw 2 cards, then you can banish it from the graveyard to reveal 3 Monarch Spell Traps from your deck. Your opponent chooses one to add to your hand. Now, the way that this search effect works encourages you to play 3 of whatever Monarch Spell Trap support that you're playing. And in my True Draco Monarch deck list for the TCG, I use this by playing 3 each of powerful Monarch spell traps that are sort of niche between the main and side deck. We do not have that same luxury here in Master Duel's Best of 1 format. Meaning that I opted to play 3 copies of Strike of the Monarchs and 3 copies of Monarchs Erupt in lieu of the Monarchs Stormforth, and here's why that's important. So they activate Sekka's Light, so I know they don't have any other spell cards. Alright, so they don't have Duster, we don't have to worry about that, but we do have to worry about them going into these Danger monsters, all of these just blind second Haymakers that aren't spell cards, and just putting up a tremendous amount of pressure every turn and keeping up on resources because of the Sekka's Light. They go ahead and tuck the Nibiru here because that's useless against us. They'll activate Orochi again here, burning 8 more cards, normal summoning Danko Sekka. So we see what kind of deck that they're playing here. Alright? And the Danko Sekka doesn't really matter because Dino Boy can just grab traps out of the deck and activate them. But I don't have the Monarch Stormforth. Here's why that's important. So, they go ahead and didn't Gears to our face down. They don't know what it was. It was Imperial Order. They're only playing 3 spell cards in their deck. That didn't matter. It is important that they chose to send the Unknown face down to the grave instead of sending Diagram, because that will definitely come back to bite them. That Diagram is still on the field now. Here's why. So, Geomathmech Final Sigma. Is unaffected by card effects, except for Mathmech cards while in the extra monster zone. Okay. I don't have the Monarch Stormforth. Meaning, the only way for me to get rid of this is to attack over it. Masterpiece is banned, and I'm not playing Metaltron 12. The highest monster attack point that I have is Dynamite. 2500, 28 when buffed by Diagram. And you see that big 3000 on Geomathmech Final Sigma? That means that I have a grand total of 0 outs to this card. It will be on the field for the remainder of the game, whether I like it or not. But knowing that, I did not give up. No. Like any anime protagonist. Instead, I had a overly emotional flashback about my friends, family, all the key defining moments that got me here, followed by a melodramatic internal monologue about what I am going to do, and it went a little something like this. I have 3 potential win conditions. Alright? 1. My opponent gets rid of Geomathmech Final Sigma for me. 2. I continually attack into any other monsters that they leave in attack mode, dealing damage to them, and only taking 400 on the crackback, because it's 3k over 2800 and it's doubled. And 3. Deck out. So, considering that this is Master Duel Yep button, considering that they have to continually summon more monsters or else they cannot out-tempo True King's Return, and considering that they are playing Gizmek Orochi, Dangers, Sekka's Light, all 3 of these potential win conditions may as well be equally likely. Let's see how it goes. So they go for Pain Gainer here. I'm going to go ahead and just have its defense to play around its effect here. They do deal 400 damage to us over the Dynamite here. But that Denko Sekka is in attack mode here. Go ahead and crash over that for 1950. Now we will leave the Dynamite in attack mode, but that's fine. We'll only take 400 off of it. We're going to Diagram here for a copy of Disciples, and Disciples is what is going to stop us from decking out. So, if they can't get through my monsters, they deck out. But if they summon more monsters to get through my board, I can attack those monsters and repeatedly have their attack with, say, True Draco Apocalypse or Forbidden Droplet. So they're going to go for Sekka's Light here. They're just trying to find more cards, trying to keep the pressure up here. They find a Danger Bigfoot here. That's going to discard a Gizmek Orochi. Not that that matters. They summon the Bigfoot to the field, and then they find Astral Karibo, revealing a rank 8, making it a level 8. So we're going to chain Apocalypse, then chain Erupt to that, then chain Return to that. So, resolving backward, this chain will have Return special summon a Dynamite from the graveyard here. Then Monarch's Erupt will resolve, which should negate their Astral Karibo. And then Apocalypse was supposed to destroy True King Return, but I misclicked and destroyed my Tribute Summoned copy of Dynamite, potentially losing me the game here. They go for Orochi. Again, I believe that that was the 3rd activation. That's 24 cards that they've burned off the top of their deck. They go into Sky Prison here. And then they attack over my monsters and don't even go for the 100 damage. Interesting. Let's take it back to my turn. we can use the Disciples here, get all 3 Dynamites back into the deck, draw 1. Okay, now we'll use Apocalypse. We can pop the Disciples. Half the attack of all of their monsters. We'll use Diagram, popping the Waterfall to get back into a copy of Dynamite. Tribute over the skill drain, attack for 2750. Big damage. Now their life points are almost as low as mine are. We'll Card of Demise here. We'll set 2, discard the Ignis. They're going to draw off the top here, and what do they find? Well, they're going to try to put it back in deck, whatever it is. Interesting how this works here. So Dynamite's going to get another card to our hand here. Sekka's Light will resolve putting the Luna back into the deck, but then they will get a Sekka's Light and activate it and draw the last 2 cards in their deck, and they don't seem to find any sort of answer. And would you look at that? They have 0 cards remaining in their deck. Win by deck out over the Geomathmech Final Sigma Grindset. Never give up. Actually, no, I probably should have given that up because that was a draining grind game that probably lasted somewhere about an hour and was only sped up by the fact that my opponent was continually burning through his deck with Orochi and Sekka's Light. Was that really worth a single win? I don't know. I mean, I'm already at Platinum 1, so probably doesn't matter. But hey, at least I got a cool replay out of it. Speaking of which, if you like this replay, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe for future content, and comment in the comment section below if you want Masterpiece back to 3. I know you do. Everybody does. Alright. Thank you.